Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you all are fine and have enjoyed your Eid meet as well. So, here I am with lecture number 10. This is from unit number 8. It's a short essay, Wasteland, and the author is Maria Mans. First year English compulsory. This is Sumaira Zahir from Army Burnhall College for Girls. If you look at this picture, so you can get the idea what the essay is about. Oh my God, what is happening to this earth, our earth? This is what? This is all pollution. It means pollution is a very deadly thing. So we are going to discuss pollution in this essay. First of all, what is pollution? The act of polluting or the state of being polluted, the introduction of harmful substances or products into the air or environment is called pollution. Environmental pollution is the unfavorable alteration of our surroundings, wholly or largely as a byproduct of man's actions through direct or indirect effects of the changes in the energy pattern, radiation levels, and chemical and physical constitution and abundance of organisms. Environmental pollution is a global problem and it is common to both developed as well as developing countries or underdeveloped countries, which attracts the attention of human beings for its severe long-term consequences. The decline in environmental quality as a consequence of pollution is evidenced by loss of vegetation, biological diversity, excessive amount of harmful chemicals in the ambient atmosphere and in food grains, and growing risks of environmental accidents and threats to life support systems. This is the harm of pollution. Oh, sorry. What is this fellow thinking about? Why is he looking so anguish or disturbed or upset? Because he's thinking, how can we ensure that our beautiful community is not polluted? Our community means our society. So in our society, see what we can find in our society, especially our school days, and what should be there near our schools? Green plants or green trees. This is what he is thinking about. If we plant more and more trees, then we can stop this pollution. And our society would be looking very neat and tidy. First of all, summary of the essay. Maria Mans' essay Wasteland is definitely a very interesting piece of work that appeals to the reader's conscience regarding pollution. Man's main point in her work is to make us reflect how the human species is destroying Earth by throwing waste into the environment and polluting the atmosphere. Through her detailed descriptions, the reader is able to picture how people's lack of consciousness and extreme indifference is tearing apart, destroying our world, for it is all contaminated as the result of man's actions. The author uses different literary devices such as repetition and questioning to emphasize on how is it that people throw waste with no consideration and morality. Making her writing be meaningful, she awakes on the reader the consequences of these actions. Furthermore, Maria Menz uses similes to portray the impact of contamination. For example, in paragraph 2, where she compares a can with a vessel. Who spoil the purity of our ocean beaches with the empty vessels of their thirst? Personally, I really like this reading because it alludes to a problem that we are confronting nowadays. Moreover, it also suggests how the earth itself is going to take revenge of people's bad habits, something that is being experienced nowadays with global warming. Like as a result of this pollution, now we are facing global warming as well. I think the author has a deep impact on the reader because it depicts the reality in which we live, a reality that we pretend to ignore, though it is becoming more and more dangerous each time. Now, this is the text before us. Here, then, are the words of Wasteland by Maria Menz. Cans, carafe, open topped glass. Polybags, polythene bags, plastic bags, shopping bags, all polybags. Beer cans, glinting, reflecting, shining on the verges, on the edges of a million miles of roadways. Like while you are driving on a road and you can see all around you heaps of garbage or polythene bags or cans lying here and there, lying in scrub, grass, dirt, leaves, sand, mud, but never hidden. Like you can see all these things lying on the sides of the road and you can clearly see them because they are never hidden somewhere. They are always clearly seen. Shining in the sun or picked by moon, like during the daytime, you can see them, all these cans and bottles, empty bottles or soda bottles or coke bottles, all these are lying, or shopping bags, polythene bags are lying and shining in the sun. You can see them very easily. Or picked by moon, at late at night, moon or the beams of headlights, like you can see them during the night in the light of the moon, or you can see them in the headlights of your car or vehicle. Beams means the light of the vehicle. So you can clearly see them. They are all lying here and there, even at night time, washed by rain. Like even if it had rained, still you can find all these this litter or garbage lying here and there, or flattened by wheels, like somebody has rolled his car over them. Still they can find these empty bottles, cans, or shopping bags lying here and there, but never dulled. Like they are still clearly seen, never buried. They can never be buried underground. You can always find them, never destroyed. You can never destroy a can, you can never destroy a polythene bag or shopping bag. So they are all there, shining and looking towards you. Here is the mark of savages. She says, okay, this is a stamp of savages. This is a sign of savages. Savages, these violent, these killers, these brutal people who are destroying our earth. The testament, this is the quality. This is the quality of wasters. People who throw litter or garbage, wasters are those. The stain of prosperity, like look at them. They call themselves very cultured, very literate, very educated, living in a prosperous society. Like look at them, what have they done to nature? This is a stain of prosperity. Like this is a blot or a stain on these progressed or cultured nation or people, if they are not considering this thing seriously, like how they are destroying their nature. Who are these men? Then she's asking a question. The writers usually ask questions to emphasize something. So she's asking this question, who are these men? To emphasize on the importance of all these wasters, like these are the people who are destroying our nature, who feel damage the grassy borders. Like if you look around a street or a road while you are traveling, so both the sides are usually covered with wild grass and herbs and shrubs and small trees and all these things which beautify the road. But she's saying they have destroyed the grassy borders of our roads and lanes, who pollute our ponds. They are also polluting our ponds. They are spilling the purity of our, spoiling the purity of our ocean, beaches, with the empty vessels. Empty vessels here means the cans, the empty bottles people usually love to throw into the deep blue seas or oceans or lakes. So she's saying they are destroying, they are polluting our beautiful ocean beaches of their thirst. Like what are they doing? They are just quenching their thirst, and then they are throwing all these empty cans and bottles into the oceans and spoiling them. Who are the men? Again she is asking, who make these vessels in millions and then say, like, who are these people? Who, the production companies of cokes and soda bottles and other cans, like the beverages and the cold drinks. Who are these companies or industries or factories who are making these cans in billions and millions, and then they say drink and discard? Like you just drink your bottle and discard, throw it away. So what is this? What society is this that can afford to cast away 1,000,000 tons of metal and to make of wild and fruitful land a garbage heap? Again, a very good question she has raised. What society is this? Who are these people who are producing millions and millions and tons of metal on daily basis, which is utilized by people drinking their cans, drinking their bottles and throwing it away, and to make, what are they using? What are they doing? They are destroying wild. Wild means not only the forest but also the fruitful lands, the fields, the grassy lands, like the orchards. All these are destroyed by them, and they have converted these lands into garbage heaps. Like they are throwing, they are littering all these lands, and now these lands are giving a picture of garbage heap. What manner of men and women need 30 feet of steel and 200 horsepower to take them singly to their small destinations? It's a beautiful question raised by her. Like if you look around towards your community, your society, or your city, Ahmedabad, which is a small city, it used to be like just a hilly resort. Like in what we have or people have turned it into, it has become a very crowded city where you cannot cross the especially this PMA road or the other Mansehra road, which becomes very difficult because of the great number of vehicles traveling on it. So this is what she is bringing our concentration towards, like 30 feet of steel. Symbolically it means a great like just one man has to travel singly, one person has to travel to his destination. But what he is doing, he is sitting in a car which is made up of 30 feet of steel and 200 horsepower, means engines are there too. So obviously when engine is there to run the car, so it needs some fuel as well. The fuel is burnt as well, so which is creating pollution as well. Singly to their small destination, like they have to travel to a small destination which they can cover all by walking towards that destination as well, but they are not doing it. If you look around, so most of the cars are carrying just one passenger or two passengers inside them. So who demand that what they eat is wrapped? Usually people are taking lunch or taking sandwiches or junk food with them, which is always wrapped, especially with a paper. So she's saying, when you take your lunch which is wrapped in a paper, that is a small piece of paper for you, but actually how it is produced, so that forests are cut down, like a huge forest is cut down to make the paper, like a great number of trees are cut down to make this paper. Then that paper is thrown away by you. Simply eat your lunch and throw it away. Throw the paper away. And what they smoke and chew is sealed. Smoke the cigarette and chew chewing gum or chocolates or candies and whatsoever. It is sealed so that the sealers can be tossed. Like it is sealed in some sort of package, plastic or paper, so which is always tossed away, which is thrown away in gutters, or which is caught in the twigs and grass. Like if you go to Naran Kawan, you will find out these days many a people, they just finish their lunch and then they never care about that beautiful surrounding around them, and they just throw the garbage or throw the litter here and there. So it's a beautiful depiction of all of us as well. What kind of men can afford to make the streets of their towns and cities hideous? Again, she's asking a question. What sort of people are these who are spoiling their towns and cities, who are making it ugly? Who are making it ugly with neon. Neon is a chemical element which is used for light. Especially if you go to Jadun Plaza or so many other plazas, you will find out these neon burning or illuminating at night, giving the light, which is usually the light is produced by a chemical element which is used for producing that light, especially at night. And their roadways hideous, ugly, with signs by day. Like who are these people who are spoiling the lanes and roads, not only at night but also during the daytime? Wasting beauty, like they are destroying our natural beauty. Who leave the carcasses actually means the structure, the framework of cars which are not in use or which are out of order, very old, so they just keep them on the roadsides to rot. To rot means to get rusty or get destroyed in heaps. Who throws their trash, H is missing here, trash means garbage, H is here, into ravines. Ravine is gorges or ditches or ravines, gorges or ditches where people are throwing the garbage, and they are doing what? They are spilling their trash. They just love to throw the garbage into the ditches or gorges. You can find out in your own beautiful city, Abbottabad. It gives a picture of all this garbage, and the moment you enter it, and make smoking mountains, and then they just try to burn the garbage, which creates a mountain of smoke. Refuse garbage, like they are just trying to burn the garbage for the town's rats. So this is, it gives a picture as if all this garbage is created, or the smoke is created for the town's rats. So what sort of people are these? She is again saying why they are spoiling the beauty of their land. What manner of men choke off? They block the life in rivers. Like people love to throw shopping bags and bottles and all eatables and leftovers, so many things into the streams or into the rivers and lakes with the waste of their produce, wastes of industries as well. The industrial waste, which is very harmful, which is all full of chemicals, is also thrown into the rivers, making poison of water, which is turning the drinkable water poisonous or very harmful. Like these waste materials of the industries is making the drinking water harmful. Then what we are throwing into the lakes or the waters of the streams, we are choking it off and we are destroying the marine life there as well. Who is as rich as that? Who are these people? Again, she is saying, how rich they are. Like they are destroying the nature and still they are so very rich. Slowly the wasters and slowly the wasters and despoilers, plunderers, savages, killers, they are impoverishing. Impoverishing means making a person or an area poor. Actually here it means destroying. They are destroying our land, they are destroying our nature, they are destroying our beauty, so that there will not be one beach, one hill, one land, one meadow, one forest free from the debris, the scattered pieces of rubbish and remains of man, and the stigma, the disgrace of his improvidence, his thoughtlessness, man's foolishness has destroyed all our nature. Who is so rich that he can squander, waste forever the wealth of earth? Like he thinks he is so rich in natural surroundings and natural beauty and natural lands that he can keep on destroying and finishing it, and still it will be unlimited. There'll be unlimited resources of that land still left with us. Who is so rich? She's calling it. Who is that person who thinks that I'm so rich in like forever the wealth of earth and water? Like water will never finish, land will never finish. For the trivial, the small needs of vanity, of pride, for what a person is using all these things or destroying, or the compulsive or irresistible urge, like he is destroying these things for his own irresistible urge, his own demands of greed, or so prosperous in land, he thinks that he is a landlord of all the whole universe. He can destroy it, he can use it, and still it will be unlimited and it will always be there. How foolish he is if he is thinking like that he can sacrifice, he can destroy nature for unnatural, for his own worldly desires. Like he can destroy, he can chop down trees for building his huge castles or huge buildings, and he is chopping so many trees, and he is thinking that he can get more and more trees. How come? The earth we abuse, we destroy, and the living things we kill, like most of the animals and the birds which are killed by us. What will they do? The earth stands for nature. Like nature with all its components, with all its beings, with all its animals, will one day as a result take its revenge from us. For in exploiting their presence, we are diminishing our future. Like we are destroying them. We are destroying our future. We are killing these things. We are destroying nature. As a result, we are destroying our future. If we are destroying, if we are polluting our air, for example, today, if we are destroying our drinkable water today, so what we will get in our future to drink or to breathe? So we need to ponder upon this fact. And what will we leave behind us when we are long dead? Like once we are dead, what will be left as a heritage by us? Just temples? Temples are huge buildings, palaces, or monuments. Like we will leave behind temples. Amphoral is a tall Greek or Roman jar, or it can stand for utensils as well. Like we are leaving behind just utensils, glasses, or plates, or jars. Sunken means drowned. Treasure, our treasure or wealth, which is drowned in deep water. Wealth deep in water. Like this is what we are going to leave behind, or mountains of twisted, rusted steel, or we are going to leave behind tall buildings or bridges made up of steel. This is what we are going to leave behind. Canyons are again ravines or gorges, or we are going to leave behind gorges of plastic containers, gorges full of litter and garbage, and 1,000,000 miles of shores garlanded, beautified, not with the lovely wrack, not with beautiful seaweed, like millions and millions miles of seashores we are going to leave behind, which are not beautified by garlands or flowers or with growth of seaweed, but they are with the cans and bottles and light bulbs and boxes of a people. They are left or beautified with cans and or full of cans, bottles, or light bulbs and boxes of a people who conserved, who kept or maintained their convenience, like people like us who are just worried about their own convenience. Like they can walk a kilometer, but they would love to drive a car, and they never think about the smoke emitting from the car or the pollution it is causing. To be at ease. Convenience means to be at ease or at luxury, at the expense of, at the cost of their heritage. Their heritage means nature, which is granted to them by their forefathers or by God especially, and whose amphoral means lasting for a short time. Like people are here just for a short time, human beings are here for a short time, but they are always considering their prosperity, their easiness, their luxuries was built on waste, and they are making all this to be utilized. They are creating this waste, they are producing this waste material just to get their convenience or to be at ease, which is so harmful at the end. So it's beautiful essay conveying a beautiful message. So this is a beautiful depiction of all the effects and sources of pollution. If you start from here, you can find out, first of all, look at this industry, what it is emitting, that is harmful smoke, and what it is throwing in the form of sewage into the water, that is again very harmful substances. And this harmful material or harmful water, the drainage water of the factories, the waste material from the factories is mostly utilized for cultivation as well, and the plants which are cultivated by utilizing this water would be very harmful, especially, and the soil will become harmful for all of us. Then see, estuaries are there, harmful water is used here as well in agriculture. And then fire, we usually love to create fire, to make fire, we love to have bonfire, but we never think what the fire is doing. The fire is obviously emitting smoke, and this smoke is moving towards making these clouds, which these clouds will become very acidic and harmful. So these are all the sources of pollution. Then traveling as well, transportation. See, we are traveling, or the tractor is traveling here, or the cars are traveling, so they all emit this harmful smoke, which is going towards making the clouds. And these clouds, obviously, they are full of chemicals as well, the chemicals coming from the smoke of industries as well. So this is harmful for our ozone layer as well, and this is harmful for during the production of these clouds, acidic rain falls, which destroys our green grassy lands, and forest productivity is also limited. So, and the drinking water also gets harmful, and the aquatic system is also destroyed, marine life is also destroyed, and it is harmful for our human health as well. Then same is repeated here, agricultural products. And then this houses are also they get rotten, and they are destroyed due to such rain as well. So these are, this you can clearly see it and discuss it with each other as well. Oh my god, air pollution. Aeroplane is causing air pollution, industries are causing air pollution, chopping of tree is causing air pollution, cars are causing air pollution. What am I going to do? This boy is thinking. He is having a mask, and these days we all are wearing a mask, and that is also because of that virus. Virus is usually present where? In the air. So that's why we are asked to wear masks to get rid of corona virus these days as well. Oh my god, we all are doing it. See, enjoying the beach and then throwing the litter in the deep blue waters of beach. We never think about the marine life which are lying under these waves of water. So man has become a savage, a killer. Beautiful depiction of water pollution. This is the waste material coming from industries, and then we ourselves, we are destroying it. Pollution, air pollution. See the smoke coming from industries going upward, destroying the ozone layer, making the air harmful for us. Oh my god, this is the nose of Pinocchio. No, it's not Pinocchio, it's metaphorically used. It's a symbol for all of us. Like we are breathing this air, the chemical air full of chemicals. We are breathing quite happily. We are not thinking about our or the consequences. We are just breathing, inhaling, breathing, inhaling. Oh my god. Again, we love to throw our garbage into the pond, into the river, little stream, or sea. All sort of garbage is there. We never think about the fish or the aquatic marine life underneath. Like what would they do? How are they going to live? So this is so tragic depiction of our world, our earth. See, this much of earth has been destroyed up till now. See, the whole globe is showing the picture of earth. Half of it has been destroyed due to the smoke and other things, and look at the other half, the blue portion depicting the sea and green vegetations. This part is still better, like half of the earth has been destroyed, half is better, but we should try to make this half as well blue and green. How? We will discuss it later. Okay. Now, how to get rid of pollution? First of all, the basic thing, the most important thing is to plant trees. No need to go all out and run reforestation campaigns and tree plantation drives. Like it's not necessary we should go out and plant a tree. Let's start it from your home. All you need to do is fight your laziness and plant trees in your own house, and encourage your friends, family members to do the same. Plant trees whenever and wherever convenient, in order to increase oxygen and reduce carbon dioxide from our environment and eventually lessen pollution. And this is Sadaqah Jariya as well. According to our religion, if you plant a tree, it will become a Sadaqah Jariya for you, not only in this life but the life hereafter as well. So do plant trees as much as you can, starting from your own home and then advising your neighbors and family, friends and others as well. Shop at environment friendly stores. Now what is it? You don't need to tire yourself each time you need to go grocery shopping by thinking of a way to reduce your plastic bag usage. Instead, find just one store that does not use plastic bags, or buy just one paper bag to take with you wherever you go. Like I still remember when we were very young in Abbottabad, we used to go to, there was only one bakery over here in Abbottabad. We used to go there. It was near Lady Garden, and we always used to take a paper bag with us. Whatsoever we were to buy, we used to put it in that paper bag, and we never had seen these plastic or polythene bags. It will just be a 1 minute hassle and will save the world from an insane amount of pollution in the long run. So do promise me today that you are not going to use polythene bag, and you will always carry a paper bag with you or a cotton bag with you, and you will bring all your stuff inside it. Promise? Okay. Use eco-friendly products. Now, what are eco-friendly products? Just like the one-time hassle of buying a paper bag or finding a store that does not use plastic bags, find products that suit you and are also eco-friendly. It will cause no inconvenience in the long run and will save the world from high amounts of toxic pollution. Throw away litter even if it is not yours. That means if you find out on the way some garbage is lying, so pick it up and throw it in the bin. It is really not time consuming to pick up and throw away trash from roads or in front of your house or any other path you cross during the day. I must tell you, I have seen people driving luxurious cars and very showing as if they are from elite class, but the moment they are done with their lunch, they usually prefer to throw the shopping bag out on the road. So this is very bad. So why not do it? Just because you didn't litter does not mean it isn't your duty as a responsible citizen to keep planet Earth clean. You should not say, oh, I have not thrown it. You must pick it up. While sitting in the class, the teacher always says to you, pick up the wrappers. So it's not, she never says that the one who has thrown it, she should pick it up. So keep it in mind. Reuse items. There is no harm in reusing something. For instance, a disposable cup. If it is in perfect condition, do not throw it away. It will reduce pollution, and to top to it, it will help you in saving your money as well. So whenever as far as one thing I must tell you, as far as the fruits or eatables are concerned, for example, if you are on a picnic and you have eaten mangoes or some other fruit, apples, so you can throw their peels inside the ravines or gorges, because this can be converted into biodegradable waste, which is good for the fertility of land. That is okay. Like eatables or the peels of fruits is okay, but the rest is very harmful, and you are supposed to pick it up and throw it in the bins. Eco-friendly products, one thing I have missed is that you should not use harmful pesticides and insecticides, and you should be using all the herbal products at your home, which are not so harmful. So we are done with it, with the moral of the essay. So what is the moral? What is the lesson we have attained from this essay? That is, green revolution is the best solution to arrest pollution. I repeat, green revolution is the best solution to arrest pollution. So we are done with it. I hope you are going to enjoy it, and inshallah we'll be discussing the exercise on our WhatsApp group, and I am compiling your notes as well. So obviously this is a new book, so I'm writing the notes, so it is time consuming. The moment I'm done with it, I will send my notes to Sir Hanan, and he can get them photocopied for you people. So don't worry about these things. Take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz, and do plant a tree today. If not a tree, at least a small plant. Okay, goodbye. Allah Hafiz.